Hey guys, SuperGadgetGuy here. Today is April 8th. Sorry, apologize. I missed another scheduled live broadcast from Thursday night. Work lasted until 1 a.m., so I couldn't really make it. I'll try to make it again next week. Somehow the timing just keep on conflicting. So, first of all, tech news. The camera angle is a little bit weird. I'm still experimenting the position of the camera because the new monitor setup, I'm not sure where to position the camera. So right now it is on the bottom of the monitor. So it's kind of weird that it's looking up, but I might adjust that next week. If you guys have any feedback on the position of the camera, please let me know. Tech news first. FBI has successfully decrypted the iPhone used in the Southern California terrorist attack. The rumor was they use an Israeli firm. This is my topic of today. I'm just reading off. I try not to be overly political with this channel since it's tech and technology and gadgets and stuff. There's already, people are very passionate about the platform they support, the brand they support. I usually not try to involve politics with this, but this one, I strongly encourage you guys to watch the John Oliver episode about encryption. And what's striking me was the bad example, but from the Mr. Donald Trump and people of the Republican Party come out saying that yes, Apple should decrypt the iPhone or basically create a built-in master key to allow them to decrypt it, how encryption itself is evil, which is, to me, is kind of odd because here in the United States that it is legal for individuals to own a firearm. The Democrats, as I always say, there's no need for a firearm. Not all of them, but some of them. And the Republicans will come out and say, well, first of all, it's the Second Amendment of the Constitution. And most importantly, a firearm in its own is a inanimate object, right? The gun itself does not mean good or bad. It depends on the people that uses it. Well, in this case, encryption, to me, it's the same thing. It's a piece of software. Depends on who uses it, can be good or bad. Yes, there's the dark net, right? The Tor network. People can use it to visit sites that their government blocks them, or they can use it to do illegal activities. The encryption itself does not mean good or bad. It's just people uses it. And since I believe there are more good people in this world than bad, I don't see it as a problem. I don't know why the Republicans sees, not all of them, of course, but the one that's running for president, it's seen that as different than a firearm. Anyways, so FBI was able to decrypt the phone, no problem. Apple held their ground, and now I think the FBI wasn't sure if they should share with the method of decryption with Apple or not, but right now we don't know. So at least that has come to an end. I'm sure it will come up again. Second piece of news is Corsair increased their power supply warranty to 10 years to match the industry standards. I have never had a need to put the power supply through warranty. The only one that has gone bad just caught on flame and it was just smoked up, and I just bought a new one. We didn't really, so I'm glad that they increased the warranty for people who, are, when they buy a new power supply unit, then they have the expectancy of 10-year warranty. This way, at least they have the total cost of ownership of that piece of hardware altogether. So that's good. The big news this week is NVIDIA, the GTC 2016, sort of firmed their focus on artificial intelligence and self-drive cars. So this is a very interesting. So to me, NVIDIA and Intel used to go hand in hand. They're both semiconductor giant. Intel does the general purpose x86 processors, and NVIDIA has been focusing on GPU, right, the graphical processing unit. But NVIDIA is sort of shifting themselves to a more, not a processor or graphic specific focus. They're using that, what they know in terms of building, something with 2000 CUDA cores, the techno know-how, and shifting to the latest technology trend. For example, artificial intelligence. Just as last month, the AlphaGo, I would say, beat the human players, because AlphaGo did win the first 3 games, but the human player sort of equalized the game a little bit by winning game 4, and also decided to play a side that's more advantageous to a computer and still won. So maybe it's a tie, it's a draw. But according to the rule of the game, 3 out of 5 AlphaGo, the artificial intelligence, won. But anyway, and self-drive cars, a lot of cars like Toyota, the Chevy, Volt, all does, and even the Subaru, the eyesight technology, all does assisted self-drive car, not really self-driving, but assisted, basically adaptive cruise control, the lane keep assistance. And on the other side, Volvo has also done a lot of self-drive cars in terms of trucks, and of course Google, self-drive cars, and Tesla. So NVIDIA is be able to use that and shifting their focus to basically gear towards these industries is also very interesting. And their latest announcement is the sort of preview for commercial market, not really consumer. It's the 16 billion transistor Pascal processor, which is insane. It's just unbelievable that they are producing that and they are pushing that. It's just very interesting to be able to see, hopefully, the Computex next month, and NVIDIA is able to announce something for replacing the GTX 900 series for the consumer market. Because with the DX12, it is, well, right now we're not so sure, but once the DX12 finalized and released and all the games start supporting it, DX12 has a feature where you can mix match graphic cards. Now this will be interesting because right now I'm running a 970, and then if NVIDIA releases a new one, I can put both of them in my system and do an SLI. And when NVIDIA releases the next generation, I can just pop out the 970 and pop the new one in it. That way I can upgrade every single generation and running SLI without any of the issue. That would have been fantastic. Next up, Razer Blade Stealth. Razer Blade Stealth is the 12.5-inch Ultrabook version from Razer. The interesting aspect of that is that it is a sort of Ultrabook. It charges, I think it's 45 watt. It charges via a USB-C, which is reversible USB standard. And if you pair that with the Razer Core, which is the external desktop class GPU adapter, you can turn it into a workstation, because that single cable, the USB-C over Thunderbolt 3, is able to run graphic cards. So I can use that Razer Core to power my current monitor setup. At the same time, I can use it with the Ultrabook laptop portable. So when I'm on the go, it works just like an Ultrabook, with the exception that the battery life is not as good as the Ultrabooks out there, but the size and weight is there. And then when you come to your desk, a single cable, it will charge the laptop and give that Ultrabook laptop a full desktop GPU performance. Now that is very appealing, not necessarily to me with the Razer Blade Stealth, but the new Razer Blade coming up. Then you have a decent gaming laptop, pretty portable, 4.5 pound, 14-inch, with the pricing is decent too, $21.99 for gaming laptop that has 970M graphic card. 512 gig of SSD and 16 gig of RAM. And then with the Pascal, the consumer version pops up. I have an awesome gaming setup, and if I need to go somewhere, I can reduce my desktop footprint by at least third. Or maybe even half. So that is very appealing. Basically, you have a blend of both worlds. And then and then it has the Razer Core has 4 USB 3 and a gigabit Ethernet to the back of it. So you can basically plug all the peripheral into that. Fantastic. So Vive, the HTC Vive and Oculus are start shipping. The reviews are coming in. I haven't decided which one to purchase yet, because I'm waiting on the PlayStation offering, because I'm before I decide to plunge in different camp. But based on the reviews I read online, is the Vive plus Steam has a better ecosystem. Steam initially was partnered with Oculus until Oculus was bought by Facebook. And Oculus has a more comfortable headset. It is lighter. The cabling is a little bit better. But other than that, the Vive give a better experience overall. It's a little bit heavier, so just be prepared on that. I think the Vive and Steam, the Steam is giving Vive an edge over Oculus at this point. So, but I'm not sure, because I still need to try myself before I can give any recommendation. The last bit of news come out of the Elon Musk Model 3 pre-order exploded. Right now it's at 325,000 vehicles. It's just insane to see people get excited about a car. And this is a affordable car. This is a $35,000 car. Well, it's not affordable, like as a relative term. It's an average price for a car, and people camp out front of the Tesla store to purchase that vehicle. And it's been less than a week, as of like about a week now, 325,000 vehicles has been pre-ordered with no information, no detail. You see the 3 prototypes. I'm very excited about the matte black silver option. I pre-ordered one, so if I do want one, is the matte silver, the matte color option. If they're not going to offer that as a production model, probably the red color. I think that's my decision on that one. But there's a lot of back and forth on the website right now, because during the announcement they said they were going to offer supercharger. It's going to be built in. Now on the website it's supercharger capable, so I don't know if you have to pay more to use a supercharger with the Model 3 or not. There's some other ones as well. The other one is autopilot. During the announcement, they were saying the autopilot will be part of it. Every single Model 3, even the base model, I assume the $35,000 version is the base model, will have autopilot. Now it's autopilot capable. Basically means it has all the hardware. Do you have to pay software? Don't know. So those are the things I'm just, at one hand I'm very excited that finally there's an electric vehicle people get excited about and actually moving towards that direction. On the other hand, it's just a little crazy that the product is not finalized yet and people are buying it like crazy. 325,000 vehicles pre-ordered, and we don't even know Tesla can make that many before the tax credit runs out. Tax credit is the U.S. federal government tax credit of $7,500 for the first 200,000 vehicles, and different state offers different ones as well. So for California, there's a $2,500 tax credit. I hope I pre-order early enough that I can get it before those run out, because that will make the base model $25,000 for me, if I can do that. On the same news, SpaceX today launched delivered an expandable module. This is almost like a Kerbal Space Program, so instead of using metal to build a habitat or a room, right? I don't know, whatever shape you wanted to make out of. It's basically an inflatable made out of cloth or some sort of material that's flexible, so that they can expand to build a room with very little weight. little is relative. Again, this is, I think it's 3,000 pounds, so about a ton and a half module delivered to ISS. That's not the exciting part. The exciting part is that for the first time, they actually landed the first stage on the barge on the ocean. The autonomous driven barge and the first stage, which is huge, it's 20-story tall, landed on that thing, which is, it's just amazing, just unreal to watch that. I know it's a video game, but Kerbal Space Program has somewhat realistic physics. So if you don't know how hard it is to land something, let alone that big, just buy that game when it's on sale for like $20 and try to fly a spacecraft manually. I mean, yeah, you feel how hard it is. So that's all I have for the tech news for this week. Now let's move on to unboxing. Before I do that, I figured something fun is that 2 weeks ago I ordered the beef jerky sample pack from Amazon. So I figured, why not I eat them on camera? I don't know if that's so. So this one is chef's cut, original recipe. Let's see, this one has 6 grams of carb per serving. I doubt I will eat a serving. Okay, can get the bag open. All right, let's see. Ooh, it's very moist. The meat itself is very moist. It's not dry at all. It's sweet. Not spicy, but it's just slightly dehydrated beef. Not. So the best beef jerky, let me finish here. If someone introduced it to me, it's like the South African biltong. That is the bomb. If you check online, maybe there's a store you can do it with online. It is fantastic. It is one of those air dried beef that's so intense in flavor and just completely dry. So it's chewy and it's hard. It's just fantastic. This stuff is soft and moist. I wouldn't call it jerky, but anyways, so oh yeah, before let's continue with unboxing. Okay. So that box of jerky cost $10, and it was one of the Amazon promotion where you order, basically they pick the beef jerky for you, and you get a $10 credit to spend on future jerky purchase. But the thing is that the credit has an expiration date. My problem with those credits is that I always forget to spend it and then end up expiring, and then I'm just like, why didn't I just buy something random stuff? So I did. I got more jerky. This is one of the highly rated ones on Amazon. It's also low carb. Remember, I'm more concerned about carb than anything else. This is wild rye beef jerky, cowboy strips, pepper, 16 ounce. So for the other one, it's per serving, you get 6 grams of carb. This one, per serving, you get 3 grams of carb, 1 gram of sugar. Much lower carb, and right off the bat you can tell the meat is significantly drier. So I'll open it next time. But so far the chef's cut, not impressed. If you like tender jerky, this will be the one, and then it's toward the sweet side, not the savory side, and it's not spicy. The next thing I have is, finally, after 2 weeks, my iPad arrived. I can get this thing open. This is the 9.7-inch iPad Pro. Hey, check this out. You can actually see it now. Yes, Apple. Apple charged $100 more for the new iPad Air 3. I'm gonna call it iPad Air 3 because this is the iPad Air 3. Come on, just because you put the Pro lettering on the side of the box doesn't mean it's a professional iPad. I know I complain about it, but I still bought it. Yeah, I know I shouldn't buy this. Should have bought a Surface Pro, but let's open this because I charge the pencil. It does not mean I'm not gonna get a Surface Pro 5 when it comes out. So there you have it. This is a 128 gigabyte version. I don't know if you can see it on top. The lettering. Yeah, this is 128 gigabyte. So this is the middle tier. $749 or yeah, $749. I think it's the. And I got the black version. Ta-da! In the box, you get the lightning cable, the power adapter. I think I have like 3 of these, and a little booklet to show it's designed in California. And that's it. Let's put that aside. Ooh. So if you have an iPad Air 2, this is the iPad Air 3. It's the same dimension. The only way you can tell the difference is there are 4 speakers now, so 2 on the bottom, 2 on top. And it supports the Apple Pencil, and it's still a fingerprint magnet. I haven't even turned it on yet, and it's covered in fingerprint. And then also the camera bumps out a little bit, so it matches the iPhone. I have a gold iPhone, and the camera module sort of sticks out, and then there's a little flash, which is surprisingly light because I'm currently using the iPad Mini 3 and a iPad Retina, which is iPad 3. So they're both pretty old, and then the iPad, the full-size iPad, is definitely significantly heavier than this, and this is just fantastic. I did not get a case for it because I find if you're gonna spend extra money to go with Apple and they designed this thing to be thin, why spend $50 on a case to make it thick again? If I want something bulky, I would just go for Surface Pro 4. It has a performance. Price-wise, not much difference. I mean, I guess the 256 gig i5 version, it's about $300, $400 more than this when it's not on sale. But once you add in the pencil costs, the price difference between the 2 devices down to $200. When then, Microsoft stuff, they actually go on sale when the price of hardware drops, so it's actually more reasonable than Apple. Sure, Apple dropped their price too after 18 months, dropped it by $100. But so, anyways, enough about that. I will set it up and do a review next time. So let me put that away. One of the items I did not do an unboxing because it was big. It's the new monitor that's in front of me. So I'm going to show you what it's like. Bear with me for 1 second. So this is my desk before. The monitor is a Dell UltraSharp 27-inch. It's the U2713 HMS. So that was the old setup. It works great, as you can see. I tried to clean up the desk a little bit. The Oculus is on the side. The Sennheiser HD650. I think that's a headphone. It's all stacked to the side. I 3D printed a fountain pen holder. That's the horseshoe shaped thing. And then I 3D printed a watch stand. That's the blue thing. And then it's a watch and an iPhone stand. And the both speakers in the back, and then the the microphone mount is what you see back there. So now let me show you the new setup with the Dell 34-inch ultra sharp monitor. So I use a stacked monitor stand to prop it. So that same monitor you saw from the previous image is now on top. So this is the 27-inch ultra sharp on top. On the bottom is the U3415 ultra wide ultra sharp on the bottom, and it's a 34-inch. So the only thing I don't like about this setup is that the neck string when using the monitor on top is pretty not painful. It's just like a little bit uncomfortable. So I think I'm going to lower the monitor even a little bit more. That will give me a good level for the webcam mount, and that way I can lower the 27-inch just down slightly. I already did that a little bit, maybe down another inch. Makes huge difference. So this is a fantastic setup. First of all, the one on the bottom, the ultra wide, is 21:9 aspect ratio. So you can watch Blu-ray movies. You don't have the black bar, so you basically get to see the movie the way it's intended to see without reducing either the image size, overall image size. And when you play video games, most of the games, modern games, even the old games, supports the resolution, and it's very immersive. And then the one on top, so while I watch a movie, I can browse websites and stuff. And this is also going to be the setup when I do video game streaming. I don't know if you guys can see the icons on the desktop. Mostly it's all video games. This way I can play games on the bottom monitor, and on top I'll be able to monitor the chat situation or the streaming, basically the chat windows on YouTube. So there you have it. That's essentially all I have for this week, and hopefully next week I can make it on time and actually do the live stream Thursday night at 10 o'clock Pacific. I know I say that every single stream I say that and never be able to make it, but I will really try. If Thursday night does not work out, I will pick a date that a day of the week that works out, so I will be able to show up live stream. That's it. Thank you for watching. Please thumbs up if you liked the video. Please subscribe, and if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, please post in the comment section. I will do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.